Today, we're going to be talking about the second way to create fast results, and that's prioritizing. Because what we don't want to be doing is trying to do everything. Because what can end up happening is when we try to do everything, our brain by default wants to pick the things that probably aren't the most important. And so, what I want you to think about is when you prioritize, you can actually create faster results because you're doing the things that move you closer instead of doing some things that just kind of keep you in the same place. And so when you start prioritizing, I want you to think about what do you want to prioritize by? Because there are different markers that we might want to look at this through. And so for me, it could be like, what is fun? What is easy? What is fun and easy and going to get me the result that I want? What's the uncomfortable thing that if I do will move me closer? So starting to ask yourself a question in addition to what's the most important, but what's the most important for what? What's the most important for achieving my goal? What's the most important for having fun? What's the most important for the thing that I want to do? Because there's tons of ways to achieve your goal, but you want to be looking at it through the lens of like, what do I like to do? What do I want to do? Because when you look at it through that lens, what ends up happening is you want to keep doing it. But again, it goes back to the example, like if it's swimming versus rock climbing, what might be most important? It depends on your preference. And so really getting clear on what are your preferences, what are your markers, and then what's going to move the needle forward. And also looking at the discomfort that would get you closer. So we do want to be going through like the easy and the fun, but we also want to be going through what are the uncomfortable things that I could do that would move me forward, and then starting to take that uncomfortable action. So when you start looking at what you want to prioritize to create faster results, decide first through what lens do I want to decide what's most important. And then from there, start making your decisions and then looking at like what we talked about last time, which is like the planning. How can you start putting these things that you prioritize into your plan and then taking action from there? I want you to imagine you are walking on a path, but you really don't want to get to the destination. What would you end up doing? You would take some wrong turns. You would turn around. Maybe you would stop walking completely. Maybe you would get lost. Maybe you would just get distracted by every single thing. This is what your brain is doing. Your brain doesn't want you to achieve your goals. And I'm going to explain why in the why you aren't taking action video. But I'm also going to show you how can you actually start taking more of the right actions so that you don't waste so much time, because I want you to think about it. If it's like a 5-minute walk and now we've gotten lost, we've turned around, we've stopped walking, this 5-minute walk could take forever. And so if it feels like you aren't making progress towards your goals, if it feels like you're not taking action, but you don't understand why, this is why you want to get this video, because it helps you take action so much faster and helps you actually get to that result you want so much faster too. So go to successbykayla.com to get instant access to the video.